This is a full training from our mastermind event in Dubai. We have got our next one coming up, 9th to 10th of February. Hit the link below if you want to be there, learn from the best in the world in person, and ready to moonshot your business next year. Hit the link below to sign up. Enjoy the training.
These million people to watch until the end. This should always be your mindset when you're filming, when you're giving instructions to your video editor, and when you're planning your content as well. How do I get someone to watch until the end? This is if you're good. But if you're excellent, if you're the top 0.01% of content creators, your mindset is going to be, how do I get someone to watch this 20-second video 2 times, 3 times, 4 times? This is when you break the millions of views. This is how you get your content to be shown to random millions of people across the world that never saw your content before. If you're able to pull this off, you're set. Okay, and I can show you an example here. So let's see, for example, here on my TikTok. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see this video, for example. Just the cover alone, like you can tell, testicles sun exposing. This is something that is totally, if you go back here, right, it's not that much of a valuable tip. Like who cares like about testicles sun exposing? The content, yeah, it's decent, but the point here is that I was able to make people watch this video multiple times, even if they have no interest in the topic, all right? So.
Here's what happened. A study done in 2017 showed that guys with vitamin D deficiency that do...
This was a video done in 2021, by the way. This is like over 2 years ago. And look at the first, so even though it's a silly topic, right? Look at the attention to making people watch, right? There is different stimulus. There is a blue background, there is a red background after, there is zooming in here. The topic is extremely controversial, so it makes people want to watch. And there is different angles going on. So I'm doing everything I can to make people want to continue watching, right? So
100%. So for all the men out there, remember
here, in the very last second, I cram in a bunch of different things here so that someone watching is like, oh, what is this? And then the video stops. So they have to re-watch the video again to be able to watch these tips at the end, right? And now the next part, it's something that to this day, it still works in making videos go viral, right? This was already 2 years ago, so this was really ahead of its time. But if you look at it now,
if you expose your testicles to the sun, for all the men out there, remember.
Who can see what happened here? Yeah. So to this day, 2 years later, the social media platforms, for some reason, they still didn't figure out this hack. If you're able to end a video, right, and it starts the same way it ends, people are just going to be like, the video didn't even end, like what's going on? And they're just going to keep watching, and it's going to make it easier for them to keep watching. Right, so this was something I did 2 years ago. Now I do it in different ways, of course. So let me see here, for example, latest. Okay, let's see an example of a video I did like a month ago or something.
I can't wait to get rid of this stubborn belly fat just by walking.
What did you say?
I saw online, just by walking, I'm active enough to burn fat.
You need something much more intense to burn a significant amount of calories.
What do you suggest?
So fast cuts. Fast cuts. Each cut is like 1.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds. Super fast cuts.
Try climbing stairs, for example.
Okay, I'll go climb the stairs at my home for like 5
You don't get bored watching this. Like, it can be a boring topic, but there's different people talking to each other, super fast cuts.
That's not enough. Give one a try.
what if I don't have access to a big staircase like this?
Different scenes, different places of filming, all in a 20-second video.
Just use the Stairmaster at your gym. It does exactly the same.
Shouting.
Oh, bro, I can't do it anymore. Is there any alternative to doing cardio?
The alternative is to eat less food.
In that case, I'm going to climb stairs every day. I can't wait to get rid of this stubborn belly fat.
And the video started again. You might have not noticed, but it ended and started the exact same scene, right? 2 years later, this still works. So if there is, from the watch time perspective, if there is one thing that you can implement is do loops on your content, okay? All right. So we talked about the watch time, right? But like I said, there was something that is even more important than everything we talked about previously, and that is the account health. Okay, if you don't dial this down, nothing that I mentioned here above will work, okay? You can have the best watch time in the world, your content can be excellent, your tips can be great, but if your account health is not on point, nothing will work. And this, unfortunately, is the thing that most people mess up with. Some of you already know what account health is. Some of you are wondering, what the fuck is account health? Do I have to take it to the hospital, or like what's going on? So, okay, so Instagram obviously has billions of users, so they had to figure out a way to start filtering out more and more people from going viral. Okay, and the more that years go by, the more picky they are with the people that they are allowed to go viral organically, and the people that need to pay to get engagement, right? So I'm talking about Instagram, and I'm talking about the other platforms, of course. But when it comes to account health, there's a couple of things that, a couple of behaviors that if you do, the social media platforms, and I know most of you use Instagram, so I'm going to mention mostly Instagram here. If you do these behaviors, it's going to flag your account, and it's going to prevent your posts from going viral, and nothing else that I mentioned will work, right? So first thing, the location, okay? With social media, the language that you post in has to be posted from a country that speaks that same language officially. So if you post content speaking English and you're in a country that speaks Arabic, Emirates, your posts are not going to go viral, okay? Unless you're already an established influencer, you have millions and millions of followers, devoted followers, maybe that can work. But for us here in this room, that wouldn't work. Okay, so if you're posting in French and you are in Saudi Arabia, or if you're posting in English and you're in Bali, your posts cannot go viral. Okay, that's the sad truth. That's why a lot of you are posting quality content, but it is not going viral, because Instagram is seeing, okay, this guy is posting content in English outside of an English-speaking country, so let's suppress that. Okay, so fortunately, through trial and error, I found a way to circumvent that, okay? Everyone here knows already about using VPN. This one probably a lot of people know. But even more important than VPN, so let's say that you're posting in English, and let's say that you want to target the English-speaking market. You can put yourself through the VPN either in London or New York or somewhere else that speaks English, right? So this is one most people here already know. But this only covers your internet connection, okay? So it's going to make the social media platform think that you have an internet connection from that country. But they still know your location. Okay, so for the location itself, the only way to circumvent that, it's with a GPS spoofer, okay? This is the most important one for Instagram, GPS spoofer, and this is completely different than the VPN, okay? If you want to know that you're doing it right, you open, you have, of course, to do the GPS spoofer setup. I can send it to Charlie, and Charlie can post in the Facebook group after. Yeah. So, just for context, by the way, I'm talking to Charlie Azri here. How many story views were you having before I gave you these tips? And how much did it change after I gave you these tips?
So this gives good context. I think my account health is a bit ropey. I've had my account disabled a couple of times. So vary between like 3,000 to 8,000. Then we had one the other day at 30,000. So like if you think you're 3.5xing the amount of story views you get, it's a lot more eyeballs. And like my talk yesterday, the big thing is like this is a traffic game. So the more traffic you have, the easier it becomes.
Yeah. So let's see Azri. So Azri, for example, how many story views were you getting before I gave you these tips and after?
Yeah, so we were capping out at, so just for context as well, we had significant reach from Reels at this point with going viral. That's something I kind of cracked to an extent. Of course, Adolfo helped get that further as well. So with story views, we were capping out at about 6,000 story views every story. We're around that between 20 to 25K per story consistently now. But more importantly, what I think actually does matter is that the number of inbound messages spiked so heavily because more people actually seen your stuff. It's unreal how much valuable stuff I was putting out, which absolutely did not convert. And then the poll votes itself, we have between 6 to 8 setters, or 6 on one account, the other 2 on the others. They have so much less friction going into replying to those stories because you can actually press reply to each poll vote without getting flagged for spammy stuff. So they have a lot less friction than doing manual outbound, which they were doing before, which also messed with our account health to an extent because you're capped on limits with manual outbound for as well.
Exactly. So yeah, like pretty much this is gonna, of course, answering your question, this is gonna increase the reach of your reels, but your stories, it's also gonna show it to more of your followers, right? So your stories now might be showing only to like a couple of thousand of your followers. After we implement this, after a couple of weeks, it might show to 10,000, 20,000 of your followers, right? So that's the difference. Oh, not settings. So if you have other locations logged in, so you have to remove them. So for example, if you have a setter in the Philippines, you have to remove that setter immediately. That's another tip, by the way. If you guys have setters outside of your country, if you are from London and you have a setter in Pakistan, you have to sort that out immediately because it's doing more harm than good. Okay, so you either, my preference, you hire locally. So you're in England, you hire an English VA. In my personal opinion, it's worth the extra cost because you're going to be getting much more engagement. Or you can go the riskier route, which is teaching the VA how to do this, but there's an extremely high chance that they're going to mess it up. So I personally, for example, my account is in the US. I only hire setters in the US. Okay, that's what I personally like doing. Like I said, VAs. My personal favorite is hiring VAs in the country, but you can teach the VAs how to do this. Okay, another one that it's tough to swallow, but a lot of external softwares will mess up with your account reach. Okay, this includes ManyChat, this includes any other softwares that you have to log in your Instagram into. Okay, I know this one is tough because a lot of you guys use it to get leads, but you have to choose. You have to choose, okay, do I want to reach more people? Do I want to compromise that and make it easier for me to message people? I'm going to give you a list, and you're going to pick and choose which ones you want to use to optimize your account and which ones you don't want to compromise. Okay, and this one is one of them, the external softwares. And any software that asks for your login, it's going to unfortunately mess up your account a little bit in terms of engagement. Okay, cold DMing hundreds of people a day. Okay, I know it's getting you leads, it's bringing you extra revenue, I know, okay, but it's also flagging your account a little bit, okay? And the more of these things that add up, the more your reach is gonna add like red flags on top of it, right? And the more red flags you have, the less engagement that you're going to have as well. Okay? Any spammy behavior. Okay, literally anything that you do that you might think, this might be affecting my account, this might be, Instagram might consider it spammy. If this thought crosses your mind, likely that's something that's flagging your account a little bit, unfortunately. Okay, so some of you might be looking at this and might be wondering, okay, my account is flagged, what should I do? You know, like, should I implement these tips? I don't have enough people to be, you might be thinking all sorts of things. I'm going to give you the solutions now, what you can do if you consider yourself to have a flagged account, okay? So you have pretty much two different options, okay? You can keep plowing through, apply what I told you here, and hope for the best, hope for your account to recover, okay? This is an approach that most people do. You can leave it there, it's fine. Thank you. You can leave it there. The recovery time, if you've been, like, let's say that you've been doing all of these red flags that I mentioned before, your account time until your account is like primed to go viral might be 6 to 24 months. Okay, this is the sad news. It might take a while if you've been doing a lot of these red flag behaviors and you reset it and you start optimizing everything, might take 6 to 24 months for your account to recover, okay, and to start going viral again. So a work around this might be to create new accounts. Okay, this is not as bad as most people think it is. You can go viral pretty fast if you buy an account that was already created more than 2 years ago. So you can literally, you can buy, or you can ask a family member or something. Let's say they have an account of a dog that they didn't use that has like 20 followers. This account, this virgin account, is perfect for this because it has no red flag behaviors. No one reported the account because of anything, I don't know, that you said on a video or something. So you can literally start using this account, rebrand it to, let's say, your coaching, or rebrand it to your name or something, and start posting your reels on this account. And the reels magically are going to go on the explore page. I helped, for example, Sammy. Where is Sammy? Sammy here. It can give. You have the mic, bro. Sammy here can give. Can talk. For example, Sammy had a lot the same concern that a lot of you have right now. He had an account, and he was extremely concerned that his posts were not going viral. I told Sammy, bro, create a new account. Create a new account. Get an unused account that no one is using with just a couple dozen followers, and apply this. How long did it took to have your first viral video on your new account?
Yeah, so for context, I'm based in Amsterdam and I've been making content in English. So for the past year, I gained like 100, 200 followers. It was pretty shit. And Adolfo has been helping me with this. I got a new account from the US. I've made 14 posts, and one of them already went to like 1.3 million views. So pretty fast, to be honest.
A couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, just like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So this is just to prove you guys, don't be scared of this. Don't be scared of having two accounts, because who doesn't want to have 1.4 million views? Like, who cares if it's a new account?
We keep questions to afterwards just so we get through this, if that's right.
Yeah. Who cares if it's a new account if you're getting 1.4 million views? How many followers did you have on the new account? 10 followers, 1.4 million views. Exactly. This is how it works. Nowadays, 2023, number of followers doesn't matter. Okay, and this is proof, okay? Number of followers doesn't matter. This is what matters, okay? And that account had perfect account health, right? New account, not new, but this is important. It cannot be a new account. It has to be a couple of years old, but it just has to be unused, right? And you just rebrand it to your own name. So this might be a good solution, okay? Then if you hate money, don't post on all of these platforms, okay? Only if you hate money. Right now, I can tell you guys, most of my revenue is coming from this platform right here. This is where I'm making most of my revenue nowadays. Okay.
It's not OnlyFans as well.
Let's keep that a secret. No, but seriously, I've been getting now, like, I don't know, like on Snap, my Snap stories, I've been getting like 70,000 views or something. We have it here. Yeah, so we have here some Snap stories that I posted. So this is the same as Instagram stories, but on Snap, right? So 80,000 views, 90,000, 165,000, right? So, for example, you can see here, coaching post I made, 57,000 views, right? This is 57 possible new clients, right? So, if you're creating these pieces of content, please post them. Apply the principles I told you before. So set your location right. And for all of you guys that are living in England, don't be sad because of the cold weather, because at least you don't have to worry about the GPS spoofer and all of that. So it's not that bad not to be in Dubai. But anyways, for those of you that are living in Dubai, Bali, all of that, first of all, apply the principles I talked about before. So GPS spoofer, VPN, SIM card, okay, SIM card from the country that you want, and then repost the videos on all of these platforms, okay? I was the first person to think 1 year ago, when I have 0 followers on Snap, I was the first person to think this is a bullshit platform, like just kids use it. Now I have 40-year-olds contacting me to get on my coaching, and I ask them, why did you choose me as your coach? And they told me, there was no one else on Snapchat. Like, you were the only fitness coach I saw there. Like, it's literally a blue ocean, okay? And I'm telling you it to this room. I hope it doesn't spread outside of this room so that it doesn't stop being a blue ocean, right? But right now, this is a blue ocean. Like, no other fitness coaches know about this right now. Okay, so this is amazing. Facebook has been really good as well lately, okay? And all of these platforms, you literally just post the vertical videos there. There's some other things, you post the stories, of course, sometimes you make some picture posts, but it's mostly the reels, you just post them, right? Facebook Reels. On Snap, it's called Spotlight. That's how they named the reels, right? YouTube, yeah, I got 1.2 million subscribers, but it's not that good because there's no messaging function. So for people that sell over DMs, that book calls over DMs, YouTube is not that good, unfortunately. So this is one I would. These and TikTok are the worst. Then these 3 are the best: Snap, Instagram, and Facebook. So if you have to focus on something, focus on these 3 right now. Okay. Now you're going to create these new accounts. Bear in mind that they have an incubation period. So from the moment you create a new account, there's a period of a couple of months, maybe 90 days, where the posts are probably not going viral if it's a brand new account. That's why I told Sammy, instead of creating a new account, get an account that is already a couple of years old and rebrand it to your name. So if you can do that for these platforms, you're golden, right? If you have a Snap account that you used 10 years ago to send nudes to your boyfriend, go on and find the login details to that account and start using it.
Is that what you did?
Okay. Don't be expecting viral videos if you just created the account today. Okay, it's better to either get an old account or wait. Okay, except TikTok. TikTok, you can create an account today and have your first 1 million views today. It's the only account until they change that setting there. But TikTok, yeah, there's so many strategies you can do. You can literally have 5 VAs creating new TikTok accounts, posting viral videos on the TikTok accounts. That's how Andrew Tate blew up, right? So you can why don't you do the same strategy as Andrew Tate, but for fitness, right? Like you can literally hire 10 kids in the US, send them the videos, they start posting the videos on these TikTok accounts, they go viral. Yeah, there's so many things you can do. So, yeah, this is how you can recover, pretty much. Now, last important piece of advice to touch on, okay? Like I said, stories are the bridge between the attention and the hiring and the people joining your coaching, right? So this is attention, this is a bridge, and this is people booking calls, right? The bridge is the stories, in my opinion, okay? There's many bridges, right? Outbound reach, ads. This is my favorite, okay? Attention, stories, booking calls. So that's why now I'm going to tell you guys, if you optimized all that I told you before, now I'm going to tell something else that it's a bit controversial, but I just want you guys to post one story a day, okay? After this event, okay? For this event, post 5, 10.
As many as you can.
But after this event, start posting just one story a day. One picture a day on your stories. Okay? If you want to reach as many people as possible, you take a really good picture of you, you edit that picture, and you're going to add always either a poll or a quiz. And this is what's going to optimize your number of story views. Okay, so first, quiz. Okay, either a quiz or a poll, something that makes people want to take part in the action. They want to give their opinion. Okay, this drives up your engagement a lot. Okay, you give a lot of space around it. You don't cram things up. Then you're going to go ahead and select these 2 stickers and an hashtag and a location. Okay, location, stickers, the voting sticker, the gold sticker. If you don't have access to these stickers yet, you will once you change your GPS spoofer location. And you hide everything so that it doesn't look clumsy. Okay, you hide everything behind the quiz, and that's it. And then you can tell people to reply to your story to get even more engagement. Okay. This is the optimal, just in a minute, this is everything that you need to do about posting stories. Okay, this is gonna take your story reach to 10x, 5x, whatever it is. Super simple, just post one of these a day. And something important as well is the timing. Okay, a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter the time that you post. Of course it matters. Like, if you're posting in English, a very good time is 5 p.m. UK time. Because at 5 p.m. in the UK, people are leaving their jobs, 5 p.m. And at that exact same time, in New York, in the East Coast, people are leaving for lunchtime at 12 p.m. So 5 p.m. UK or 12 p.m. New York. This is the best time to post if you post in English, right? If you're posting from Italy, 5 p.m. Italy time, for example. Anytime that people are about to have a break, it's very good to post. Okay, so always post a story around this time, if you're posting in English, and the reel roughly around this time as well. Okay, so my recommendation for you would be 1 reel a day, 1 story a day, okay, roughly around this time, on these platforms. Okay, this would be my recommendation, but remember, prioritize quality over quantity, okay? First I want you to implement all the tips that I gave you about the location, all the tips that I gave you about optimizing watch time, okay? And then once you optimize both of these things, then you can focus on consistency. But remember, consistency is the thing I want you guys to focus on the least. First, I want you guys to dial down the other remaining parts, okay? So this would be my recommendation. One of the last things I want to mention, don't try to get ideas out of thin air, okay? If you're not having viral content consistently, just copy someone else that does. Okay, I don't mind. There's people here that kind of copy my content, translated it to their language, like Matteo there. I don't mind. I don't mind. I totally don't mind, like, because that's what I recommended you. I was like, bro, copy my content. Copy my content, bro. I don't mind. I don't mind. There's enough clients for all of us. There is enough money for all of us. Like, I don't mind. Copy my content, copy Charlie's, Azri's, copy your content, and then after a couple of months copying our content, you realize, okay, this is how I get a piece of our content. Let me try to come up with my own idea. But that's after a few months of copying. Don't try to come up with your own ideas from the get-go. That's not how it works. Like Picasso, it didn't come up with his own ideas when he started. He started copying some other good artists until by so much copying, he figured out his own style, right? So that's what you guys should do as well, right?
Big thank you to Adolfo, just for that. Make sure you take photos, tag him in stories if you want to ask questions.